Actually, this is the official entrance to Wildstorm. As you can see, it's super dark in here. The lights are off. The walls are painted this dark gray. And
like we regained some of the faith. I think that the kids still like our work, but I know a lot of retailers are probably angry at us as a whole, and that's primarily because of our shipping difficulties. And at our last big meeting, we laid down some pretty severe rules and punishments for being late, and when we would solicit projects, when we wouldn't solicit projects, how much work had to be done before we even say that this project existed, and penalties for screwing that up. So next year you'll either see a lot of books come out in time, or a lot of people leaving Image as they get fired and canned. So I'm not too owners or whatever,
Live from the world's financial capital, New York City, this is Moneyline.
Marvel Entertainment fell 3 1/4 today, closing at 49.5. The reason, some people say, is because of what you're about to see.
I'm here with one of the top talents in the comic book business, Jim Lee. Jim, it's great to...
All right, people, we're live. We already got some AKAPADers in the room. Skull Diamond, what is up, buddy? Yeah, we're going to be doing MOTU, Masters of the Universe. Like right here. Like, if we all know MOTU, everyone associates Masters of the Universe with these like mini comics, and everything started, they were almost like storybooks that came with the action figures, and then they graduated into mini comics. Mini comics got more and more sophisticated. I mean, you can chart the path and how well the books got from year to year. Okay, this is the greatest toy promo ever. Okay, so when I was jumping into this, I kind of went through like a series of books. So here we have these books are phenomenal, and I spent some time. I was collecting these when they originally went out of print, and I was really and there's a reason why we're not doing any like logos here, no promotion, because I really want to show off everything here. Okay, but I was collecting and reading these books. And like as I was able to buy them, because when these went out of print, they really shot up in price. And I'm pretty sure going into the release of the Netflix show this Friday, 3 days from now, these books went back into print. I think Netflix got these books back into print because otherwise they were skyrocketing. And this is an encyclopedia of the characters. Okay, we got people from the movies, from the cartoon, the multiple series of the cartoons, the mini comics, and so forth. So look, if you want like a scope of the MOTU like universe, like here we go. All right, I mean, none of these books are thin, none of them, and we got this one too. Okay. So a while ago, I originally was talking about doing this as one of the live streams. I'm going to try and do as many of these as possible for maybe going through the weekend. I definitely want to try and do another one. Sorry, one of my cables just keeps getting knocked. I'm definitely going to try and do one more by this weekend. Okay, and this is the Art of One. And look, it's great. It's phenomenal to a point because it gets away from the toy stuff and it kind of gets into the entire history of the line. And to be perfectly honest, when it comes to a Art of, you really want the toy stuff. Like, you really do. And not too many toy lines have a dedicated, thorough documentation of the design process. Period. And it just would have been nice. It would have been nice if we got to see more of that. Look, Masters of the Universe, 3 major iterations in animation. We have the new adventures here. We have the original, the Sunbow. And then we have the 2000 series. Right, this is 20X. It's 2010. The 2000 series as a exact thread, a exact through line. Nothing comes close to it. This is the best the toy line will be, and this is the best that the animated show will be. And I believe it lasted about 3 years. The 2000 series it really doesn't get credit, and I don't know why or how it got ignored. But to me, this is He-Man.org. And then it did lead into a decent comic series that again, part of the 2000 reboom, the second boom of Image, because everything came in through that Dreamwave Transformer series. So Val Staples, He-Man.org, they did good stuff with that comic book series. So we have that one. We got one more that I want to highlight before we get to the one that really shook me up. Keep in mind too, look, I try and understand things as detailed and accurately as possible. So even for the retros, I bought the Skeletor one a while ago. I saved the card art because it's just phenomenal looking. And look, there's Masters of the Universe it's a two-headed dragon because it's new and nostalgic, all at the same time. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. That's like that. This is the He-Man She-Ra complete animated adventures. Okay, and this was a convention one, and I had 2 of these. I still have 2 of these because right before this became a few $100s real quick on eBay and Amazon when I had print, and I was able to snag a few of them off of eBay for about $25 a piece. And these were, I think this was a San Diego convention exclusive. And I love the presentation. I love shiny shit. But this is pretty good with giving you an idea of the work that goes into every episode. And they give you so many notes per episode. It's awesome. They give you a rating per episode. They give you a little bit of background. The level of detail that's in this book, it really is phenomenal. It's just so much fun to flip through, so much fun to look at. I've debated doing a podcast or even a YouTube show where I kind of go into every single episode one by one. So I love this book, though. I mean, you can just sit down and absorb the colors. It's so easy to get inspired. When you think you're not doing enough work, just flip through something like this and it will wake you up. So speaking of like a little bit of a wake-up call, I vaguely remember what I'm about to show you. Like, we got to pull this up more. We got to get the right angle. What did I just do? Okay, because we got we got a tall book here, big presentation. Give me 1 second, everyone, getting a quick message. So this blew me away. And when I was tracking down these books, like no joke, people, this was the cheapest one, and I jumped on it right away. And I really wasn't expecting much in the mail. And when I saw the size of the package, I really got excited. Because and I literally I had to pick it up from the post office for some reason. It was a failed delivery. And I couldn't put this down. Like, I ripped it open outside the post office. Great forward, great information on, like, they tried to recover all of the comic strips. There were some that they couldn't. So there's blank spots and there's appendices in the back that, gives you an explanation. They tell you what happens in the episode or in the strip. But what really blew me away, okay, was the sheer volume of this book, okay? And that this comic strip ranged so long, and I vaguely remember seeing some of this. I may have clipped some of these out when I was younger, and you took it for granted because, Masters of the Universe was everywhere, and it was a legit cultural, impact. And that's where it's important. And all these books I just showed you, it defines and it really does solidify that MOTU it's a creative, imaginative creation juggernaut. And Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats pales to this. I would say storyline wise, mythology wise, Transformers is a solid 2. Then we have G.I. Joe, and then it's Thundercats. That 2000 Thundercats series also. I think it's on Hulu. It's awesome. That's the best that show will ever be. And this edition is such a strong edge. See the notes, and again too, we have a lot of commentary here, but it's such an education on black and white storytelling and translating that into color. The concessions you have to kind of make both ways. I mean, again, too, your eye moves, your eye. Even here, with the land speeder or the forget the name of this vehicle here, but see, it's shadowed facing us, so that we got left shadow facing up, so we can read this. We know where our eyes should go. Again, these are things that are lost. These are things that are tough to see nowadays. It's really hard to understand the importance of it. But again, look at the blacks. So these are your dailies, okay? And it's interesting to see, how dedicated these storylines are. I mean, look at the rendering for Skeletor here. I mean, Skeletor would be so much more stylized today. And then Masters of the Universe, when it comes to presenting it as a illustrative form, an illustrative element, it's cranked up, it's heightened fantasy artwork. Okay, it has the fantasy tropes, meaning there's a dedication and a discipline to the backgrounds. And that doesn't mean all of comics don't have that, but there's an emphasis on it here. I mean, like, again, looking at Castle Grayskull, the molding relief here for the mirrors, it's insanely strong stuff, and we're dealing with a storyline here that incorporates. I mean, we begin with the rock the rock aliens, that the GoBots also had those too, but we go into the serpents, we go into King Hiss. The 2000 animated series really connected everything to pre-Eternia, and King Hiss was this other level bad guy. When it comes to Adam and his adversaries, it is a three-headed beast. It's Hordak, Skeletor, and King Hiss. And it's like, you know, like the Autobots never had that. Optimus Prime never had that type of triple danger. Masters, I think, has the best rogues gallery, because each rogue fraction has a mythology and it has a rhythm of its own. Like, look at this, like, stippling here too, like, really nice, really cool stuff. But this is probably still the cheapest. I think you can get this for $10 or $15 off of Amazon. And it is a straight up education on spotting blacks. I mean, you just learn so much just by flipping through this. But yeah, like the powerful mythology of Masters, Ninja Stalks by Night. Ninjor Stalks by Night. I love that title. Okay. You know, like there's, I mean, this is a whole storyline. This is a weekly comic strip promoting Scareglow, Ninjor, like the what you would call the third generation of characters. Look at Ninjor here. Holy shit. Look at this. Insanity. It's too good. The drawings of Tila, the upshots, there's so many upshots in this like on these pages too. But we do have clear storytelling. It's simple. It's just really cool, you know, and it just completely like blew me away, because when it comes to this type of storytelling, it really was G.I. Joe for the longest time. And then like the Simon Furman European Transformers work, and then the revival with Dreamwave really put the Transformers comics on the map. And IDW hasn't let go of that, you know, like they really became a torchbearer. Masters, I know, you know, they have a really good DC run. It's still not the same, because a lot of this stuff, a lot of this approach, it's just naive. There's a naivete to it. And by that I mean that there's contradictions, things don't make sense. It's frustrating at times. It really is. It's so frustrating sometimes to try and put some of this stuff together, but that's why it's good. That's why it's powerful, and it is inspiring. And I really do, like, going through this, I really do get inspired for Uzi Suzy, Trial by Fire, Dark Hero. You know, like, I want to add some of these, like, comic strips to those books. For Dark Hero, I 1000% want to do, like, a Dark Hero driven comic strip to emulate this. And I think I will. I really do. You know, like, I want full brushwork. I want full everything. So, I mean, I'm talking to you, I'm going through this, and I'm just endlessly seeing just, like, new things. You know, look, this is a little bit like a Gildor dude from the movie. And that really shows you the power of, I mean, yeah, like, these are the strips from the movie. You got Blade here, the first first Hollywood Blade, right? But it's all of this stuff. We have a fantastic collision course here. Yeah, look, we have all the movie designs here. And look, they get more movie accurate as you turn the page because we're seeing what they look like in the movie. Like some of these are clearly post movie here. But MOTU got real heat. It got real attention. The movie, even just the idea that the movie was starring Dolph Lundgren shows you how much bigger Masters of the Universe was compared to G.I. Joe and Transformers. And that's why, like, the Masters of the Universe movie created this longing for Hollywood to come knocking on the Thundercats, G.I. Joe, and Transformer properties. And you can kind of say that nothing else needs to be done with MOTU because it all has already been done. And there's a lot in me that I agree with that. But I got this. I started reading it like practically outside the post office. I remember the date too. It was like raining too. It's like raining and muggy, and luckily it wasn't raining. Look at this. Look at this tunnel here. Let me move this up. Look at this tunnel. Yeah, and I was kind of like reading this on this like super muggy day. And I had to go into the office. I cracked it open at the office, and people just think I'm a complete weirdo getting into this stuff, but I don't know. This is well worth the investment. It's well worth the time. I mean, we're already at page 200 here, and look. Like, this is a little bit helpful because, like, clearly MOTU cannot be popular forever. So, like, this edition can somewhat be definitive because it doesn't last forever. I mean, that's a big thing, everyone. It really is. And cheers, we're doing some iced coffee right now. And keep in mind, too, like the process to get some of this here, a lot of it is archival. I mean, they're digging up newspapers from all over the country to piece this together. There's a lot of documentation, a lot of cataloging, and they're taking high-res scans, and then they're cleaning them up. Okay? I doubt that a lot of these were the originals, but they don't have to be. And as of right now, like as the popularity like shifts, like we get a little bit of a style change, a little bit of a degradation. I mean, some of this could be the reproductions. I mean, like you see on this page, like these are stacked photographs, complete repros. The adventures don't seem to be like you have Gildor here. So like a lot of it looks like some of the movie characters became permanent within the comic strip. And I'm telling like there is something to be said about the three-headed beast, the Hordak, Skeletor, and King Hiss scenario when it comes to He-Man. I know G.I. Joe had Cobra Commander, Serpentor, but Serpentor just took over Cobra. Like they weren't separate. I mean, you kind of had the Dreadnoks, Transformers, who really had just Unicron 1, Decepticons 2, and that's even after the movie. You have to get through all the stuff before the movie to build the context for that. But Masters of the Universe, it's like it wasn't a perfect world. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of contradiction. But it got so popular that they could keep going. that they could, again, try and connect the dots, try and figure things out later. They weren't so much worried about explaining the movie into the cartoon series and the cartoon series into the comics. I mean, the Star comics, I'm not sure. I don't think the Star comics went above issue 15 or 17. So, like, there was no comic book presence. There was a comic strip presence. But like there is a balance. Like there is a balance to Cringer. In this. Like there's a balance to Orko. There's a balance to his parents, King Raindor. I think King Raindor had the original line. He had an action figure that, like, as a kid, I freaking always wanted. I mean, look at He-Man here. Like he's almost in, like he's in modern America. I mean, like there's bookshelves here. Like I don't know. This could just be poorly drawn. Rondalian Embassy. So he is on Eternia, even though it looks like a modern day office. Look at this evil Lynn pose here. That is freaking fantastic. But yeah, so my intention for a lot of these presentations, it's to document some of my thoughts about this. It's to bring it to you. A lot of times when I purchase these, I wish people did videos like this where they kind of give you a decent walkthrough. I mean, like, again, like, look, see, like Orko's complete presence here. Like, you don't need to be reading every single balloon. But Orko's presence here, it adds a freaking balance. It adds a very important balance to it. So there's a gravity, there's a importance to incorporate comedy into your action. Number one, to slow down the action. Number two, to give the audience a chance to follow everything, to catch their breath, for lack of a better term. And number three, that's the character you're going to put into danger. So there's a legit complex. There's something important happening every single time. That comedic character, Cringer, Snarf, Orko is on screen. Is that stuff completely gone today? Yeah, it is. It is. And look, like this almost looks like a Steve Cannon strip here, doesn't it? I mean, like the diversification of He-Man's and Adam's adventures, like in this volume alone, solidifies it. And then you really do. Like, I mean, there isn't one bad illustration in this volume. There's not one, like, someone phoning it in. It's not someone hacking anything. Like, they are legit trying to entertain you. And it really shows. I mean, look at this. Look, we got he. I guess it's Adam, right? Dodging a freaking shark coming out of the look, and he rides the shark fin. But like clear intent with the portrayal of Skeletor too. Skeletor was a villain. He was to be feared, to be scary as hell. A world in the balance. Chris Webber. So Chris Webber is really the guy behind, like what the story arcs are. And look, and everything kind of begins like the same way. It's Eternia. What's happening with the kingdom? Something gets kicked up. Very similar to the Filmation formula. Like formulas and tropes set us free. Okay, I kind of was going back and forth with someone with Twitter about this. Formula and tropes set us free because the audience like already knows what to expect. It's built into the story. you can do more with the story when you use tropes. It doesn't hinder. There we go. And like this is all me here. I mean, I am all for space illustrations. Yeah, but this is again like a extremely important documentation, and the work that must have went into this. It's earth shattering. It's mind boggling. I mean, here we have like a straight up Orko adventure, which is cool. Orko and Gildor. I mean, like, again, there's a vastness to this. I mean, G.I. Joe, you could get offshoot adventures. You could with Transformers. It's just that I don't think the characters resonate as well in doing their own stuff as Masters does. I mean, like, there's been episodes that Tila's on their own, Man at Arms is on their own. Great photo reference here for that, for the construction vehicles. But here, like, it's just cool stuff. Like Claim Champ here, looking through the blinds. We got Lasher here. Lasher, right? It's Lasher, not Lasher. Here we go. Look, it's just Lasher's just like wrapping up this freaking check. And we got Claim Champ using his toy feature, blasting that girl into safety. But it really is there. And I think this is just a level of importance that's just rare. See, like, here we go, Sunday 181. Adam climbs out. So they missing strip here, and they tell you what's happening. Very cool. And I love the Sunday editions where it's in color. Yeah, and then it looks like, right, we're out of the Sunday edition. So this is only weekly syndicated. We don't get the Sunday Pop. Sunday 193 missing, Sunday 194 missing. So it still is on Sunday. They just lost. They're just lost. Yeah, and keep in mind too that the circulation is dwindling with this. So you're getting less and less available archives to scour to track this down. But it's you cannot deny Masters any longer. I mean, even with the Netflix show. I mean, I get it. Transformers has their Netflix show. Transformers has the movies, but just when it comes to sheer volume of lore during the heyday, like the All or Nothing day, like Masters wins, and I don't know, complete the classics, so freaking complete. Yeah, and then there's another volume for this. It's a toy volume, and I'm not so interested. To be perfectly honest, I'm not very interested in the toys as I am with everything surrounding the toys. But yeah, I mean, selling action figures, telling the story. Look, some of these, like, you can see the difference. I mean, some of these scans, some of these strips were able to get cleaned up, and some of them just weren't. And here we go. Look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, missing. Saturday, missing. So it really, like, this is just evidence of how much the circulation was getting chopped off at its knees. But everyone, like, this is just it's so inspiring, it's so exhilarating. Just going through this with all of you, like, hey, like and subscribe. Don't forget to support. 506 pages. I mean, it's really cool though that they found and preserved the last one. Inside the time sphere, returning to Eternia. So look, man, they're even doing time travel. Time travel's the worst. And bonus content. Pitch strips, really cool. Wow, look at these are well drawn. Holy shit. These look just incredible. Syndication differences. Yeah, long, like horizontal, vertical. That's cool. Script and story, premise excerpts, Mattelatory memos, and then like here's the rest of the line. So like these books, look, they're published by Dark Horse, Art of, the mini comic strip, and then you have the complete guide to the animated adventure. So like the character encyclopedia wasn't available. So I guess that's how you're going to chart some of the printings, other than what's in the indicia is the advertisements in the back. But everyone, this is just so fucking cool. Like, make sure you get yourself a copy. So I was going to show you guys some stuff. I got this in the mail today. I thought this was like a full-size book. And it's the Art of Space Jam. And that was so... to the international team of Space Jam artists whose great individual talents are subsumed into a brilliant whole, this book is humbly dedicated. Introduction, the scene, the James, the ultimate game. So I thought this was a regular size book. Right? Like so disappointing. It really does have some nice artwork though. A lot of this is available in the making of, like these here, like this. So I think this is just they just used a lot of stuff that we already went through the making of book. But so I guess like this is just like a good quick reference. I mean, I thought there was something out there that I wasn't aware of, and yeah, it's fun waiting for that stuff in the mail. Lola Bunny, look, there's a character drawing. Look at the character design though for Lola. How fucking cool is? I mean, that's awesome. I mean, again, like animation is animation. Animation is not illustration. So different. The monsters for this one compared to the new one, I don't know. I don't think it's much of a comparison. These guys are memorable. The colors, like everything. And I love I call it even though like Osmosis Jones came out later, I just love the Osmosis Jones shading for this. Yeah, look, you gotta give this movie a little bit of credit for shooting for the stars. I mean, they really were hoping that the Looney Tunes would come back into relevancy, and that's really look at Buff Bugs here. This is awesome. Vincent Woodcock. Amazing stuff. So, and then I've been like analyzing Extreme Sacrifice because a little bit of no secret now, but yeah, I mean, I'm working on this Extreme story, not for anything officially connected through Mr. Liefeld, but we are, we're doing something cool, and maybe this will catch Liefeld's attention. We all know. But no. So just be on the lookout for any of my social media, because I will be updating a lot of stuff from this. Yeah, I mean we got Prophet here, rock and rolling, Dark Hero, Star Knight, and what I always look at in this edition is the Rob Liefeld chapter 1 here. It's just freaking like really what I view Liefeld at his height. It really is. It's next level stuff. I mean, like back-to-back spreads like that. I mean, you only do that when it's your freaking book, when it's your company. But Extreme was really good with crossovers at this time. It was this. It was Extreme Sacrifice, and Youngblood had their Team Youngblood proper crossover. I forget the name of that storyline, but look, here we go. We got Stephen Platt here, rocking and rolling. Like, Platt has a way of cross-hatching and shadowing his own stuff for Prophet 5. And I believe Moon Knight, right? Like, he did his own stuff for Moon Knight. And it never really came off as good as Prophet 5. Prophet 5 really is his career masterpiece. But he's got good fight scenes. I mean, he's always guilty. And, people want to say, like, you can't follow his fight scenes. But, I mean, like, I think this is 1,000 times more readable than the Bloodstrike one. And then here we get a little bit, like, lazy Platt. Reduced pages for sure. But Platt put the work in. And then this is a culmination of what happened in Blood when Chapel kills himself. But then we're back on, like, the Liefeld stuff here. Yeah, Supreme fighting Lord Chapel. It's just awesome. Yeah, and then, like, so I'm not sure, like, where this character goes. There was, maybe this leads into Extreme Destroyer, but this is, like, one of the new men, and he's got this, like, super psychic, God-stopping power. And then, like, he ages back into I forget the dude's name from Newman. This is a strong Stephen Platt page. Epilogue 2, Epilogue 3 with Bloodstrike. So, like, this sets up, look, the new brigade team, which I've always loved this brigade team. Like, Glory, Roman, Troll, always a cool team. Liefeld here, like, setting up the next couple parts of Youngblood. So, like, it really was. I mean, I think the Extreme Universe was more coherent, better to follow than the Wildstorm stuff for sure. But we're doing Wildstorm Wednesday, so okay, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I love you, and goodbye.